This is the Game of Life. Welcome to the Game of Life Mentoring Podcast. I'm your host, Gale Nelson, President and CEO of Big Brothers, Big Sisters Miami, and I'm in studio with my sister. When you meet somebody, you know that this thing is going to be right. This thing is going to be big. Paige Bresky, Chief Philanthropy and Brand Development for the Brady Hunter Foundation. Paige, welcome, sis.
Thank you, Gale. I really loved your intro. Very fancy. The Game of Life.
Hey, the Game of Life. It's serious now.
Yes.
And what do you think of when you think of the Game of Life, Paige?
I think of how we got here today. You know, I saw you up on stage doing your thing because you were just so captivating, speaking at an event for Seed Miami. And I was like, I need to meet this guy. He's just incredible. He was commanding the attention of the whole room. He really knew his stuff. Everybody was just so in tune to everything that he was saying. And I want to meet him and I want to learn about Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Miami. Well,
no, game recognizes game because you're not new to the mic at all as a former broadcaster, right?
This is true, yeah. I majored in broadcast journalism, freelance as a lifestyle and red carpet reporter for many years, and that kind of segued into marketing and philanthropy thereafter. So I really appreciate all that you do.
It's all good. Well, thank you for the kind words, and thank you for reaching out. I mean, as I think about just how it started, you know, emceeing an event here in Miami, and then we communicated with each other, and then we've done so many great things. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but that journey you talked about in the Game of Life, we don't get anywhere without mentors. Yes. And you mentioned something to me pre-show that was pretty cool, where it's more like, you know, mentorship, because it's not a new message, whether it be TV, movies, and all of that. So what kind? You wanted to play a game with me? Let's rock. I'm game. I'm game.
But before we play the game, let's just clarify, how do you define a mentor? Because, you know, a mentor could be somebody that is a resource, a mentor, it could be somebody that provides love, camaraderie, guidance, you know, academic sort of instruction. I mean, there's so many different iterations of mentors, and mentors can be men and women, and they can be of all different races and ethnicities and ages. What is a mentor, and what do you guys look for here when casting for a big, for example?
I love that. I'm on stage so many times, whether it's on stage or just in presentations, corporate offices. I just spoke recently at Homestead City Hall in front of the council and the mayor and everyone. And I always lead with the definition of a mentor. And here's the Gale Nelson definition of a mentor. A mentor is a trusted friend and counsel, that go-to person, because none of us have it all figured out. And if there's somebody that I trust, somebody that I love, somebody that I can count on, that trusted friend and counsel. And even if that counsel, that advice hurts, it's like, you know what, Paige, I need you to step up. You're right. Better than that. Come on, you can get it. So that's like that coach.
Somebody that holds you accountable.
There you go. And there's a dual accountability with mentorship. Because as you think about a mentor, bigs and littles, people tell us all the time, Paige, I signed up to help a kid, but you know what? That kid's helping me. And so I'm getting more out of this than I ever thought. And we want people to care about children. We need people to sign up to become bigs. We want to serve more kids in Miami-Dade County. And in order to do that, people have to be willing to give of themselves and be open to feedback themselves as well. So I love that question.
Speaking of giving of themselves, I just have to give a little shameless plug to the Brady Hunter Foundation.
Come on. No.
We are all about supporting the voiceless and the vulnerable, and that's really what attracted us to you and to your mission here, because, I mean, children empowerment, that's what you do all day long, every day, and most recently we did it through the sponsorship of a youth basketball tournament.
That was so awesome.
So why is sports so important in this game of life?
Well, when you think about the game of life, and one of my catchphrases is in the game of life, everybody makes the team, but how you play is up to you. So these kids, they may start as the underdog because of socioeconomic status, because they're in a single parent home. They may live in the inner city, and there's nothing wrong with living in the inner city, don't get me wrong, but I'm sharing my story because I was that kid that grew up inner city Toledo, Ohio, living in public housing, raised by a single mom. Parents divorced when I was 2. And through the lens of sports, coaches, whether it's sports in the neighborhood, we played street football in Ohio, and then playing basketball in the park. And we go to tennis courts, and tennis courts had a lot of glass on it, so it wasn't like some prime court, but we still made it work with some raggedy tennis rackets from Goodwill. And you meet people, you develop a bond, and there's a common goal. Yeah. So what I love about sports, what I love about teaming up with the Brady Hunter Foundation is we're helping kids feel like I'm a part of something bigger. Yeah. And whether you're an only child or not, our basketball camp that we did together, and thank Josh, the entire
pleasure.
Team. You saw the kids, Paige.
Yeah.
You saw those little girls, those little boys giving each other high fives, picking
incredible.
each other up. It was
the energy
powerful.
Was just unmatched. I mean, we do a lot of events. We have over 75 partners, but every single member of my team said this is, top 2 favorite events and top, partnerships. And we just really felt like the impact. And all the kids were so invested all 3 of those days. There was day 1 of, the scrimmages and the stretching, and day 2 of, the games, and then Battle of the Badges, and day 3 was the tournament. So, I mean, it was just continued dedication day after day for 3 days straight.
3 straight
how
days.
did you do it? How did you attract that, not just that many kids, but all the local responders from fire rescue and police officers? I was like, what's his secret? What's your recipe for success here? I got to know it. I got to repeat it, because we were thoroughly impressed.
Well, it just comes down to, one, can't do anything without a team. You got to have the right people. And I will continue to have this conversation through the lens of sports. When you have the right team in place, you develop a culture, a performance culture. And sometimes you're going to have to draft new players. And we got a performance culture at Big Brothers Big Sisters Miami. So what you saw was a total team effort. You got to have leadership that's clear. When you think about some of the greatest teams in sports, the coach may get the credit. The coach is the one, Gale Nelson. No. But that coach will say, you know what, I'm doing this with the team. And so those 3 days, those powerhouse days, great team and authentic relationships. I know the police chiefs. I've reached out to them. The leadership, you saw all the departments that were represented. And shout out to Florida Highway Patrol, who are our Battle of the Badges champion for 2024. But the kids in the stands, Paige, cheering and dancing as a DJ was playing the sounds for these police officers. So we're building mutual trust and respect in the community. And so that's what made it so powerful. So big shout out to the Big Brothers Big Sisters Miami team. And I just got to just say again, I'm here in studio with Paige Bresky, Chief Philanthropy and Brand Development for the Brady Hunter Foundation. And so Paige, let's just keep this rolling.
Yeah, for sure. You said something earlier about authentic relationships.
Yeah.
For me, a mentorship could be somebody that plays an active part in your life, but also often people are influenced by people who are not playing roles in their lives, right? So a lack of mentor has an effect. An adverse or malignant influence has an effect. And then, of course, the best case scenario, having somebody that is intentionally trying to uplift and enhance and optimize your life. That's like the best possible situation, which is, what we aim for here. But sometimes people have the wrong people surrounding them and influencing them. Or they don't have anybody at all, which, causes an effect. For me, for example, I'm product of, divorced parents, a very tumultuous one. And, I was very hyper independent at a young age, and that causes, self-reliance and a lot of good things, but also it's kind of, I think, a response to trauma in a way when you have to be so resilient and you have to be so self-motivated, right? So sometimes when you don't have the mentor, good things can happen, but also bad things can happen. You turn to distractions that are detrimental, develop bad habits. But sometimes when you don't have that that person to call, that phone a friend, or that guidance, it could come from somebody older or younger. I mean, I'm the eldest of four children. Sometimes, the absence of a mentor also plays a role.
Oh, there's no doubt. Paige, before I came to Big Brothers Big Sisters Miami, I used to run a school for boys. And all the prerequisite, the feeder pattern for these boys to come to the school that I ran was they had problems in school, and then 90+% of them got arrested. Mm-hmm. So they either were going to an alternative school, then they go to juvenile detention, then they would come to me. But there was a clear pattern. Mentoring takes place on the street every day. Every day. And it was always, the pattern was an older, in some cases, this is an adult, mentoring these kids. And through the lens of drugs or through the lens of wannabe gang members. But I would ask the kids, why did you join a gang? Paige, you know what I heard? I was there 12 years. The answer never changed. Family.
Or lack thereof.
But no, because of their home situation and because of that feeling of isolation and loneliness,
right,
they join this wannabe, okay, we're the 52nd Street boys just making it up here. They would join these little cliques who were wannabe gang members. We're going to dress alike.
Everybody has a sense of belonging.
That's it. Yeah. And so I would always say, people would say, oh, you're at that school with those inmates. I said, no. These are boys who made some bad choices, but they're not bad boys. Yeah. What person would you call a person bad if they wanted a sense of belonging? Would you call a person bad if they wanted friendship? The second answer is kind of like a little family feud here. Number one answer was family. Number two answer was they have my back. So who doesn't want a sense of family? Who doesn't want a sense of support? And who doesn't want a sense of belonging? Right. That's all these kids wanted.
Connection is the conduit for change, for confidence, for all these amazing things.
And that's the power of the partnership between Big Brothers and Sisters Miami and the Brady Hunter Foundation. We see with investment of resources, giving kids an opportunity who otherwise would be cost prohibitive. And we've got these kids coming in and they're part of a team. So I will say again, thank you for just being a part of this incredible team that just got bigger.
Absolutely. It was a no-brainer for us. I mean, children and animals are our main pillars of care. We work with children in many other capacities, bringing animal-assisted therapy to critically ill kids or homeless children. We do book fairs for Title I schools. We're about to roll out an anti-cyberbullying program to Miami-Dade County Public School District and so much more. So when we met just a couple of months ago, it was like, this guy, this place, we need to synergize right away because you're a change maker. And, I saw it in the first few minutes of meeting you. So it's really an honor to be here, to work with you, and to influence the community in the way that we just got it started doing. But I have a feeling we're on to much, much bigger things together.
There's no doubt. And I'm just sitting there just shaking my head here like, wow, it's only been a couple months. And look at what we've done already.
Yep. You've been here 18 years though, right?
18 years here at Big Brothers Big Sisters Miami. That's right. 30 years in the game.
Wow.
Nonprofit.
So you don't like it at all?
No, I hate it. You can tell. Just stop it.
How did you get started?
It found me.
And why kids?
It's
I met one of your kids, by the way. For everybody that doesn't know, Gale has like a mini-me. He's super handsome, equally charming, and charismatic. He's also named Gale. Do you have any other kids?
G2. So we got Gale, the one you met. We call him G2, Gale Nelson II. You got Jordan. Jordan Gabriel. I'm giving their full government names right here on the air. We got Jordan, Alexis, and Brandon. So 3 bodyguards and 1 princess.
Beautiful. Love it.
So no doubt. And so as we think about just the sense of family, as we think about the sense of just taking things to the next level, one of the things that you mentioned at the camp is maybe we look at different sports. That's one option. You also mentioned animals. I got a call next week because we're about to start through our social emotional wellness programming here. Because see, mentorship, the research is clear that the efficacy of mentoring helps mitigate adverse childhood experiences. with kids. I mentioned a few psychological, I'm just showing off with some of my psychological terms here. But my point is, we're starting social emotional wellness programming intentionally, and we're going to include animals.
Love it.
We're going to include animals. Our littles are going to have a chance to take care of some animals and all of that through some partnerships, obviously. But not only that, not only just just our furry friends, but even in Key Largo, because we serve the Florida Keys as well. Just reach out to a partner. We got an MOU that's pending, and we're going to deal with marine mammals as well. So our kids will get a chance to, by land and by sea.
That's exactly what we stand for. All species are created equal.
Yes.
The terrestrial ones, the marine life.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have a good relationship with South Florida Wildlife Center, and they have a bunch of ambassadors like owls and opossums, and same thing with Pelican Harbor Seabird Station. Maybe we can talk to them and bring some of those guys here to play with your kiddos.
Yes.
Lucky Horse Sanctuary, they also have ponies and donkeys that we often bring on site to different facilities for animal assisted therapy. So we should talk.
Oh, no, that's in Florida Fish and Wildlife. They were in the Battle of the Badges.
Oh,
remember?
Okay.
So we can just, it's partnership every step of the way. But I want to put, so you got a game you wanted to challenge me on some mentoring. So let's play the mentoring game. And then let's talk about marquee mentors, because we want to get something started.
For sure. So, I was thinking about pop culture and movies and different mentor and mentee dynamic duos. And that could be in cinematic movies, cartoons. I mean, it could be in anything, really. So I'm going to describe to you either a movie or a mentor, and you're going to have to figure it out.
All right.
Okay?
Is there a prize?
The prize is to be determined. What would you like your prize to be?
I have no idea, but it's all good. Let's go. Here we go. I love a challenge.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Give me the easy ones, right? It's the easy version, right?
Yes. We'll start off slow.
All right.
All right. So this guy is a very gentle soul. He has a community of people that look up to him, and he provides guidance and mentorship to a collection of different people. He teaches them valuable life lessons about kindness and empathy, operative word being kindness. So think about somebody that is a really big character in a community.
I think about growing up. Does he wear a sweater?
He does.
All right.
It sounds like you know this one.
Mr. Rogers.
Yes.
See, growing up, you have to understand, Mr. Rogers just, hello, friends. He would always say, hello, friends.
Yep.
Put on his sweater, sit down, and understand, me and my cousins, my brother, kids in the hood, watching Mr. Rogers. It transcended race and everything else into the mailman and the little community. It was just about kindness. He had an impact. Growing up, we watched Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood all the time.
Yep.
Wow.
But you also said that, a good mentor sometimes needs to be like the tough guy as well. So it's a good kind of dichotomy between good cop, bad cop. When you're a mentor, sometimes you have to say those tough things and you have to be the voice of reason.
And
right?
a mentor's that accountability partner. I think about Denzel Washington in Remember the Titans. He's like, hey, he said, today I'm your mom, I'm your daddy, I'm everything, but you're gonna get together. And he pushed those young men to be a stronger team. And so that's the power of mentorship. Sometimes that advice hurts a little bit, but I'm coming from a place of love and support. So if it hurts, know that I want you to be better.
Okay. All right, piggybacking off the word hurts. That's your clue for the next one.
Okay.
You ready for this?
All right.
So this is a pair where one individual teaches the other individual a sport of sorts. A sport. It's not a traditional sport like basketball or baseball, but it is a sport. And the teacher emphasizes discipline, respect, balance. I'll give you a little hint.
Okay.
It's from a movie, and there's a very famous scene in the movie.
Oh, wait. Wax on?
Yes.
Do the other hand. Do that. Wax on, wax off. Karate Kid.
Yes.
Mr. Miyagi.
2 for 2.
2 for 2. We need a buzzer. Ding, 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 ding.
ding.
And so, again, when you said discipline,
Yep.
and I think he was being bullied or picked on at school, and that process was painful. But then when you see that aha moment, that bright light moment, when it's like, oh, as he said, wax on, wax. What's that? I'm washing your car? Come on now. Paige,
Yep.
that's powerful. That's powerful. That's good. 2 for 2 for the record.
All right, you're a pro. Okay, so I'm not too familiar with this one, but
Okay.
it is a famous series. And in this series, or saga, I should say, one person serves as the wise and experienced master of sorts and teaches another person the ways of the Force.
The Force. Okay. See, that's when you say the Force, that sounds like we're in the Star Wars realm. And
There you
so
go.
this has to be now ways of the Force. Now this could be Obi-Wan and Luke Skywalker. That's old school. Or this could be Yoda
There you go.
and Luke.
Yoda. Yep.
There you go. Remember
Yoda
the
and
Force.
Luke.
Wow.
Their relationship is crucial for Luke's development as a Jedi and his journey to defeat the Sith.
That's what I'm talking about. So I like this game.
Yeah.
See, when we do our continuous podcasts, we're going to just continue to talk because that's real life.
Mm-hmm.
And people can, as you go to the movies, imagine going to a movie with your little.
Yep.
I'm going to challenge everybody, Paige. We got to serve more kids, and you don't have to change your life to impact theirs. Just be who you are. Yoda didn't have to change, but he helped Luke. Mr. Miyagi didn't change, but he helped his student.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about just all the ways that somebody can just think about what they love, well, I don't know if I could be a good mentor. Well, if you have a love of animals, then, our furry friends or our marine mammals, then there's kids who...
It's effortless.
It's effortless.
Yeah.
That's the power of mentorship.
We have to give some love to a female mentor.
That's true.
So I'm going to give you one more example.
I like
if
that.
You don't mind.
We got to take care of our sisters, no doubt.
All right. So this individual is a magical. I don't want to give it away. Okay. A magical nanny who guides children through different adventures and teaches them important lessons about family and imagination.
When you said nanny, I'm just trying to think of the name.
I'm describing one thing, but actually 2 examples come to mind. Let's see if you get either of them.
A nanny.
Do you want another hint?
I'm just trying to think of the name. Yes, I need another hint. This one's tougher.
Okay, there's a prop that makes me think of this movie, and it's an umbrella.
I got it. I just can't think of it. It's close. Oh my goodness! When you say it, I'm going to be so stumped.
Okay.
All
All right, I got you. Mary Poppins.
absolutely. Now there's Mary Poppins, but there's another one too that was, I think, more recent.
Well, I was thinking Mrs. Doubtfire.
That's the first thing that came out.
Robin
Mrs.
Williams.
Right.
When he dressed up as the nanny
Yes.
and he provided the love and care and compassion to his kids.
That's what I was
in
thinking
disguise.
So it's funny. I went from Mrs. Doubtfire, and then when you said umbrella, I was like, okay, I don't remember an umbrella and Mrs. There you go. Mm-hmm. And yes, so that's respect.
Yeah.
Respect. Mentorship works.
So respect, love, resource, unconditional, just being there. Those are all the traits, the great traits of a good mentor.
No doubt about it.
Male or female.
Well, Paige, speaking about a powerful female, thank you as Chief of Philanthropy and Brand Development at the Brady Hunter Foundation. Big shout out to Josh Fox and the incredible team at the Brady Hunter Foundation on behalf of the kids. All those incredible kids that are being mentored, that are, achieving the game of life. Thank you for this brand new partnership that is about to get even bigger.
It's our absolute pleasure. The pleasure is all ours. Looking forward to a really bright future with you and all the kids. And for everybody that hasn't heard of the Brady Hunter Foundation, our website, bradyhunter.org, or at Brady Hunter Foundation on Instagram. Check us out, see what we're all about. We'd love to partner with you too, but most of all, we appreciate you, Gale. Thank you for connecting the dots and helping make an even larger impact on the community.
It's all good. Get involved. Become a big. What an interview. Just an incredible exchange. And so you want to make a big difference, check us out, bbbsmiami.org. That's bbbsmiami.org. Brady Hunter Foundation, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Miami, doing big things here in South Florida to help our kids achieve in the game of life, because in the game of life, everybody makes the team, but how you play is up to you. So keep your head up. Let's go.
Thank you, Gale.
Hey, this is Gale Nelson, President and CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters Miami, the host of The Game of Life.